This one from Randy Toriado. Coach, which PBA player you would love to coach and you hate coaching against?
Oh, boy, there's a lot. But I think the two that strike me right away is Arwin Santos and Jason Castro, because they just both kill whatever we try to do against them defensively all the time. I mean, Junmar's out there too, but Junmar's not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think that everybody will say Junmar, but I think the two is really Arwin. Arwin is such a clutch player, makes big shots all the time, always does the right thing at the right time. And Jason is just Jason.
Yeah, that's Jason. That's given. All right. This one from RG Katubig. Which among the teams you've handled is the most disciplined? Alaska, San Mig Coffee, or Ginebra?
Wow.
That's tough.
That's a tough one. Really tough. Alaska, they had a group that was just really special together. The Abarientos, Lastimosa, Bone Hawkins group. They were incredibly disciplined. I think we had to play more of a disciplined game back in those days because of the illegal defenses, and the scores were a little bit lower, and the game was kind of opened up a little bit more. We had to kind of open up our own. I had to open up my own kind of discipline, let guys kind of have their own head at that point. So I would say Alaska is probably the most disciplined team we've had. Pure Food second. And we're still working on the numbers.
Well, you've been there the shortest among those teams. So, yeah, but all your teams are disciplined, so that's a given. All right, this one from Birdman. Who are the players and coaches you would put in your PBA Mount Rushmore?
Well, that's 5, right?
5 or 4? 4.
Oh, it's only 4? 4 in Mount Rushmore?
You're the American. I'm going to ask you.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
It's
there
4.
Are 4, yeah. That's right. It's only 4. Okay. Well, I mentioned Jason already.
All right.
Junmar, obviously. Junmar might be the best player in the history of the PBA. These are current players or all-time players?
I think all-time players.
Oh, all-time player. That changes things. Definitely Junmar still.
Okay.
And Mon Fernandez.
Okay.
And Alvin Patrimonio. And I can't not include Sonny Jaworski.
I thought you were going to go with Johnny Abarientos.
Well, I would have, but he's my own player, so it's biased. So I try to go with 4 that weren't my players.
All right, and for the Mount Rushmore for coaches?
Mount Rushmore, Baby DeLupin for sure. And again, Sonny Jaworski, just because of, again, the charisma he brings and the way he elevated the league, and no doubt, I think Norman Black is up there. And there's a lot of guys, Yang, so many players. But I think I would definitely go with Chot Reyes.
Chot Reyes. Well, speaking of Coach Chot Reyes, I think our next question is related to that. This one from Gab. Your thoughts on the Gilas program this year?
This year, I thought that they played really well together. When they went down and they played against Australia, I thought that they've just done a really good job of getting guys in quickly and molding them together and playing together and having an idea. There's still going to be questions about who the naturalized player is going to be, if you want to stick with Andre Bloch and stuff. But that's stuff that's just going to kind of figure itself out, I think, over time. But I think the number one thing is Chot Reyes has done a really good job of molding them together and getting them to play together in a short period of time.
All right, now we have one more question from another question from Yvette Mira. She asks, how do you handle pressure?
I don't worry too much about it. I'm really about moving forward. So I don't dwell with things. I don't put things on. I don't worry about things as much as I can. I really have a true belief that you move forward from things immediately after. Stay with what's right in front of you, and once that's done, you move forward. So it doesn't give you any time to worry. And I think pressure comes from being worried that you're going to fail or whatever. The other thing is preparing. Is just making yourself as prepared as you can. That gives you confidence, and it takes away the pressure of having to win. You've done everything you can. Once the game starts, it's up to them.
Okay, now I've got one more question for you, Coach. You've coached Grand Slam teams, the Alaska, Pure Foods, and then you're now coaching against the San Miguel team that just has won 4 championships in a row in the All-Filipino tournament. Who would you rank as maybe the greatest team of all time? Are they in that discussion together with the teams that you've coached and won with?
Well, I'm not sure necessarily a Grand Slam team is like the best team of all time. I would definitely put them. I would definitely put the San Miguel team in around the 89-90 time with Sambor and Hector and Mon Fernandez and that group, Ives, out there. So the 2 San Miguel teams, ironically. I think that that Pure Foods team that continually went to the finals of the All-Filipino for 5 or 6 years with Alvin and Jerry and Dino. I think those guys were really, really great. I'd like to think that Alaska team was there and in some respects that Pure Foods team. But really, it's hard to vote against the current San Miguel team right now in terms of those 5 guys right now and the way Coach Leo has coached them.
That's awesome. Well, Coach Tim, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Good luck this conference. Hopefully your team does well again. Yeah, we're looking forward to it, and we're hoping we can, you know, the Never fans, you know, there's also pressure with the Never fans, and we want to do what we can for them. And so hopefully we have another good year.